This video will help you set up the game Bored at the Core Earth's Structure. The story behind is that there's an evil Dr. Disaster, and if he's not paid his hefty ransom, he wants to drill inside the Earth and destroy the Earth's magnetic field. There's a scientist who was trying to stop him, but she got dragged away by his evil minions, but she left behind clues in order for you to find her drill-destroying device to stop Dr. Disaster from drilling into the Earth. Once you solve the clues, you'll find the device and you'll be able to save the world if you find it in time. We used the 3-digit lock, the 4-digit lock, the directional multi-lock, the color multi-lock, and the key lock as well. In addition to those 5 locks, you'll need the large breakout box, the small breakout box, the reflection cards, the hasp, the red lens viewer, the UV pen, the UV light, and the USB thumb drive. Some additional items you'll need is a manila folder labeled Top Secret, a phone that can read a QR code as well as fill out a Google form, 2 post-it notes, and a science book. Here's a preview of all the resources that you're going to use when figuring out this game. To print out, you'll need the Continental Drift Theory pamphlet, the encrypted worksheet, the red lens viewer clue, the instructions page, the QR code, and the cipher. You can also print out the plate boundaries puzzle and the maze sheet, or you can put those on the USB thumb drive. Like I said, you can put the plate boundaries and the maze sheet on the USB thumb drive, as well as the Earth's layer puzzle, the magnetic shield poster, and the breaking news bulletin. The only thing you need to mark with the ultraviolet pen is on the encrypted worksheet, you're going to write T equals 20. In the large lockbox, you're going to want to put the reflection cards, as well as your drill destroying device. Mine is going to be a wrench with the words drill destroying device on it. You can put whatever you would like in there. Once you've put those in, you're going to put on the hasp, the 3-digit lock, the directional lock, the color lock, and the key lock. In the small lock box, you're going to put the link at the bottom of the instructions page. You're going to rip that off and put just the link in, the red lens viewer, and the UV light. Once you've put all of those in, you're going to put on the 4-digit lock onto the small lockbox. Out in the open, you're going to want to put the encrypted worksheet, the Continental Drift Theory pamphlet, and in very plain sight, the USB thumb drive and the Top Secret folder. In order to make the cipher, you need to put the small circle on top of the next larger circle. So it would go smallest on the top, largest on the bottom. And then you're going to put it all together with the brad. The symbols part of the cipher is not needed, but you could put it on there for an extra layer of difficulty. In order to start the game, you can have students watch the video, How to Save the World. Once that's done in the video, they'll see that there's a Top Secret manila folder in the video, and you should have that out in plain sight for the students to see. You'll have put the instructions and the drill blueprints and both of the post-it notes into that folder. They also should see the USB thumb drive, and on there the first clue that they're going to want to solve, the first puzzle, is the Earth's Layers puzzle. The 4-digit lock, in order to be solved, you're going to use the Earth's Layers puzzle and the post-it that says thick to thin, and they're going to order the Earth's layers in order from thickest layer to thinnest layer. Once they have done that, that will open the small lockbox, and in there will be the instructions on how to get to the Google form by following the link. In order to answer all of the questions on the Google form, you're going to have the breaking news bulletin, the magnetic shield poster, the Continental Drift Theory pamphlet, the red lens viewer clue, and the red lens viewer. On the large lockbox is the 3-digit lock, and in order to solve that, you're going to need the plate boundaries puzzle and the post-it with the words transform, converge, and diverge. In order to solve the key lock, the students are going to use their phone in order to scan the QR code, and the phrase, "Sometimes the key to understanding is found in a book," will pop up. Then they'll go find the book, their science book, the Earth Science book, and in the front cover will be the cipher. You can put a piece of paper and a pencil in there in order to help them work it out. In order to figure out what the cipher is trying to say, they're going to also need the encrypted worksheet that they're going to find around the room. And then that will lead them to the section where you put the key under the section that talks about plate tectonics. To solve the directional lock, you're going to have to go through the maze from the X where it says "You are here" to the only activity that happens at transform boundaries, which is earthquakes. So that would be right, up, right, down, right. To solve the multicolor lock, they have to fill out the form and get all of the correct answers. That will take them to a map with 5 different pins in different colors, and they're the top 5 biggest earthquakes. And the students will soon notice that Murmansk, Russia, hasn't actually had an earthquake yet, and that's because that's where Dr. Disaster is trying to drill to the center of the earth. So they're going to go from the oldest to the newest earthquake, the newest one being Murmansk, Russia, and that will open the color lock. Once they have solved all of these locks, and if they solve it in time, they can open up the box, and in it will be the drill destroying device, as well as some reflection cards for the end of the game. Enjoy!